Welcome back to 95 Connected, a Baltimore, Maryland sports podcast. We are coming to you not live on Monday
at night, 8 p.m.
Prior to the national championship game. Josh is here.
Hey.
And we got a couple things to talk about. We'll talk about the national championship tonight. We'll talk about how our brackets did, and then we'll cover the absolute nightmare that is the Baltimore Orioles. And then it is Masters Week, and I have a couple things about Masters Week because golf may be my only solace at the moment. So we'll just do that. Hey, Josh, can you hear me?
Hey, hi, loud and clear.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, what do you use for a microphone? Is it your AirPods?
Yeah, it's just my AirPods.
They sound great.
I know. Yeah.
They sound great.
$100-something. You should just get that instead of, well, you sound clear too. So.
Well, yeah, I spent like $250 on this microphone for a podcast that 13 people listen to per week. But you know what? I read one time online was people who podcast and they say, oh, I only have 20 listeners a week. Well, imagine you sitting in your house, Josh,
alone,
and 20 people show up
naked
to listen to you talk about sports. You know what? Right. That's good enough. We're not here to make money.
Not yet.
I'm still contemplating the Twitter thing, but again, that website is just an absolute nightmare. So
dead bots everywhere.
Yeah, it's awful. But anyway, let's just get right into it. For those who don't remember, 2 episodes ago, Josh and I did a little NCAA tournament preview, and we put together our Final Fours. They weren't very good.
No, they were
bad.
Yeah.
Both of us got 1 correct. So your Final Four, to refresh your memory, was Kansas, who I think lost second round.
They sure did. Yep.
Florida, I believe, lost second round.
They sure did.
Gonzaga lost in the Sweet 16, or were they also a second round exit?
I'm pretty sure they were Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 exit. And Michigan, who is playing shortly tonight in about 45 minutes.
No, Gonzaga was a day 2 knockout.
Okay, was one of those 3, I think, what might have been a Sweet 16, or were they all second round?
Nope, they were all day 2. I'm looking at it now.
But you know what? You've got your champion in there. Well, here's the solace that we'll take. We were very not confident in Kansas, Gonzaga, or Florida. We said that. We said none of these teams do anything for me. Neither of us knew that Florida was any good. And then they weren't.
Proved it.
Yeah. So, but you've got Michigan there.
Yeah.
I also got 1 Final Four team right, which was Arizona. My others were Duke, who lost in the best possible way you can think. That play, first of all, I had turned the game off. I gave up. And then I saw that they won, and I had no idea how. That play,
for the record,
yeah,
Duke should have lost to Siena. I mean, if they didn't have the cheap shot foul where the guy basically dove on their best 3-point shooter, got him injured, they'd turn the whole game around. Once again, Duke gets away with everything.
Yeah, I agree. But this was also funny. This was the second funniest option, I think, other than losing first round. But that play by Caden Boozer, any other option was better than the one he chose. Because I think Danny Hurley, in that moment, outcoached John Shire. Because that's what John Shire needs to say to Caden Boozer is, if you get the ball and they collapse on you, just wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Because even if I don't know who had possession after that, like on a jump ball, but even if UConn gets possession, there's probably half a second on the clock. So the chances of them getting a playoff to get that to go in are close to 0. But
and a lefty?
Yeah.
who shoots the ball the incorrect way, winning it for him. It's just
Yeah. Well, the other thing is they fell into Danny Hurley's trap. They got him the ball and they just collapsed onto him and they left the whole side of the court, other side
wide
of the
open.
court wide open, because that's a calculated risk. You know, the coach I used to coach with at Mercy High School, Rob Long, you know,
R.I.P.
or no, he's now the coach, said press defense is bad defense by design because you know that there are going to be certain parts of the court that you're leaving open in the hopes that you make them screw up. So that's exactly what this was. They collapsed two people knowing that if that didn't work, they lose the game. Well, it worked and they won the game. And now we've got UConn in the championship.
Yeah, and Hurley's an absolute psychopath. And you know what? There needs to be more college basketball coaches like that. Because it's just, yeah, I'm tired of the vanilla like coaches like Duke or just shy or just like, grinning on the sidelines or just giving the same old speech. Oh, I had all the cards in hand and it just didn't fall through or blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, he's got 12 5-star recruits and $150 million in NIL money and, he still sucks.
And you know where that happened? The women's tournament when Gino and what's her face got into it. Staley, Dawn Staley, I think is her name.
Yeah. Yep.
They got into it. Let's do that. And it's funny because it took me about 6 to 7 months to finish reading Return of the King. It's hard to get through. I usually fall asleep, but I finished that book. Now I'm reading a book about soccer that I bought 15 years ago and opened it 0 times. And the first chapter, it's by a sports writer who goes basically from the U.S., he goes over to England to learn about soccer. And the first chapter is all about how humdrum the U.S. sports landscape was in between 2000 and 2006 when he left. And he starts with talking about the media day of Super Bowl 35, how Ray Lewis compared his double murder charge to the plates of Jesus. And he's like, oh, God, this guy. Right. So he's like, that was in 2000 and he's already sick of it. And here we are 26 years later. Well, that was 2001, 25 years later. And it's all the same. It's all boring.
Yeah. And if the World Baseball Classic is the prime example. Dominican Republic, Venezuela, they are batshit crazy on the sidelines, jumping up and down, celebrating with every single play. And then you got Team USA who won't even do a high five for their, own teammates or, no energy. It's just like, this is a job. Instead
I'm tired of it.
It's a kid's sport. Act like it.
Beat each other up. That's one thing good about hockey. Sometimes they get mad at each other and they beat each other up. Sometimes they just do it for the heck of it. They just say, "Hey, we need to change the vibe of this game. Let's fight." And yeah, it's kind of dumb, but it's also kind of awesome. And also, I got back in to NASCAR this year. There's no personality in NASCAR. Back in the 90s, when Dale Earnhardt was wrecking everybody and Jeff Gordon was this pretty boy fancy kid who's coming in and taking all the rednecks jobs. And they all hated each other and it was awesome. And now that's gone. Bring it back. Okay, we've got off track here.
A little bit.
My champion was Houston and they lost.
This is your fault. I listened to you in my other bracket. I had Houston winning. The whole thing is like, you know what? Pat's probably he was right about Michigan a couple of years ago, so maybe I'll listen to him. No, dog shit. And for the record, I was 98% correct coming out of week 1. And then shit hit the fan almost immediately. Week 2 is just not good. Not pretty.
My main bracket. Well, my main bracket was the one I considered the bracket that we did. Funny enough, was not the bracket that I paid money for. The bracket I paid money for, I had Duke winning it all, and it was a horrible bracket from start to finish. My Houston bracket was in the top 98% for most of it until Houston lost, and then it just tank. And now I didn't win anything. All right. So anyway, national championship is tonight in about 30 minutes. I think Michigan's going to blow them out of the water.
Oh,
I think Duke obviously should have beat UConn, but they took their foot off the gas. I don't think Michigan's going to take their feet off the gas because they haven't taken their foot off the gas this whole freaking tournament. They've beaten and you know what, let me say this right here. This is, especially when we get to the Orioles, this is not going to be a family friendly podcast. So I'm just going to get the ball rolling here. Michigan's beating the shit out of everybody. Like it hasn't even been close. Like
Yaxel being, I think he's playing on either a sprained MCL, one of the CLs. That could be the only thing that could stop him. But their team is so deep. I mean, the only team that actually put up a fight against Michigan all year was the Maryland Terrapins.
Yeah, we said that. We said that
them
for 30 minutes, and then Solomon Washington got ejected. So, all right, well, you're going to win this because
damn right.
I don't have a
genius.
champion, so I'll owe you 45 cents.
And why 45?
And that's
why not 47?
I don't know. And that is our NCAA. Oh, I'm gonna back up one step. The women's game, they need to go to a 14 playoff until they can figure out the rest. Every year, it seems like it's just 1-1-1-1, 1-1-1-1 in the Final Four. Every now and then, a 2 will sneak in. It's boring. And then the national championship wasn't even competitive. Now we just got finished saying that tonight might not be that competitive, but I don't care. They need to do something about it. I don't know if it's shrinking it. I think the men's is looking to expand, which is dumb, but at least there's some parity in there. At least some 16 seeds have won a few times. Some 15s have won. Do something. Do something different.
So. I think they go NBA street rules. And the team, when you beat a team, then you can pick one player on the losing team to join your squad for the rest of the tournament.
Oh, I like that.
Right? It'd be so much fun.
Yeah. And it doesn't count as a transfer.
No, it's just you are here with us for the next month. Figure it out.
I like that. Okay. All right. We beat that to death because there's not much else to talk about. We'll see who wins. It's going to be Michigan. If it's not Michigan, great. So here's where this is going to get fun.
Is it?
The Orioles. For those who have listened to every episode, or at least most of them, you know that we punted the 2025 seasons for all sports in favor of 2026.
It was a sacrificial analogy.
Exactly. And the off season for the Orioles went pretty good. I think there was definitely still room to add a number 1 pitcher, but we thought, okay, they didn't land a 1. You still got Trevor Rogers. You still got Kyle Bradish. They added Chris Bassett, which was good. Looked good. On paper. The question marks coming into it were always pitching, the bullpen, and then the back end of the rotation. Here we are. We were still confident. We said, this is the year. Going to opening day. Opening day was a lot of fun. Then they lost the second game, and then they won the series, and it's like, great, we're doing great. And now we're in a different kind of feeling here because they lost the series to the Rangers and went into Pittsburgh and got swept by the gosh darn Pirates, and they didn't even have to face Paul Skeens. So, the way I want to do this, let's start good, then we're going to go to bad, and then we're going to go to ugly. Okay. So I'm going to start with you. What's your
First
good?
off, for the record,
before we start.
Okay, let's all, we need to remember, I have to tell myself, I've told myself this about 8 times already. It's only been a week and a half.
Correct.
Okay. All right. It's not even hot outside. Once it gets warmer out, the team starts getting hot. That's just what happens. And then We will have to level set it when it comes to October, when if this team makes it to the playoffs, they'll suck again. But
Yeah,
we'll
well,
cross the
the
bridge.
way I agree, and the way I've been kind of couching to myself is so they're 3-6 right now. Almost every team in Major League Baseball will have a span of 9 games where they go 3-6. It just happens so that they're doing it right now at the beginning of the season, and it's not inspiring.
No.
But, happens. It's baseball. That's why it's 162 games. It's a long way. The other part that is kind of giving me a little bit of solace, I've said solace 3 times already, and we're 15 minutes in.
Look at you.
As of May 31st, 2019, Washington Nationals were 24-33. They went on to win the World Series.
Okay, but we don't have a Juan
Yeah, I
Soto
get
in the
it. I get it.
minors.
Look,
Okay.
it's just level setting my own brain, saying this is not the end of the world. It kind of feels like it is, but it's not. So we'll start there. 9 games in. Right.
The good.
Okay. Go
The
to the
good.
good. What is your good?
The team's sex appeal is off the charts this year. I mean, you got Taylor Ward, you got Blaze Alexander. So for the ladies, the one girl or two that will look him up. He's a good looking dude. Anthony Nunez, Shane Baz. No, he's not pretty. Not good looking. And I mean, Zach Eflin, I mean, he could just take his shirt off and walk around now because he's not pitching for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Adley bouncing back
Yep.
so far. He's gone back to what he was in 2023, so hopefully he stays healthy. And right now the Taylor Ward trade looks pretty good.
Yep.
He can't play defense to save his life, and I can't. Trevor Rogers is going to cost the Yankees a lot of money in next year because the Orioles won't pay him. But this year will be fun to watch him.
That's your good.
And Rico Garcia is a dog.
Yes. Yes.
That's my good.
We had good things to say about Rico Garcia in the past. All right. So I concur on Adley. I concur on Taylor Ward. I think when Jackson Holiday comes back, that boy needs to go. That guy needs to go lower in the order. Get Jackson Holiday up front and get Taylor Ward lower in the order. Dylan Beavers has had a pretty good start. Has not walked yet, which is a little.
I don't think he walks or strikes out a lot. I think he's a contact hitter.
Yeah.
Somebody's calling you.
Why? It's nighttime.
I'm wrong. He's supposed to strike out and walk a lot. Oops. Hey, maybe he figured it out.
Maybe. Rico Garcia, you covered. Trevor Rogers, obviously, is just he picked up where he left off last year. After the first game, I said give Shane Baz another chance, and he had a pretty good outing last time. He needs to bring the walks down a hair. I guess it's not so much the walks. It's just the control in general. He throws a lot of pitches. He's not walking that many people, but he's getting behind in counts.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason he should have gone less than 6 innings the other day and sending it to this bullpen that we'll cover in a second. Is that it? I think that might be it. Oh,
yeah, man.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, our coach got thrown out after only a week and a half on the job, and Hyde was very scared to even yell at an umpire. So I'll give.
Yeah, you gotta ruffle some feathers, and I think it was time to ruffle feathers, but we'll see. Okay, let's get into the bad because I think we've pretty much covered the good. And make sure you.
Oh, I'm saving the ugly.
You save the ugly. Okay,
I have an ugly, and for the record, just to kind of tease it, I told everybody the ugly last episode or our spring training episode. Everybody's so Pete Alonso, not a good series in Pittsburgh. The dude struck out a billion times. I think he left 5 or 6 guys on base Saturday. I won't say Gunner's bad. If we can have like a middle, I think from what I read, all of a sudden this year pitchers have started throwing them off speed pitches. So, it's a game of adjustments. You're just gonna have to adjust. But it can I just put the bullpen besides Rico Garcia in one group?
Do you want to keep them in bad?
Nah,
It,
okay, fine. Okay,
yeah.
you're right. You're right. Okay. All right. If I'm gonna pick one bet, and I can't do Bassett, he sucks. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bradish has not looked sharp. He's looked a little lost. I mean, the Pirates kind of slapped hit him on Saturday. He had one really bad inning, and it was a really bad inning. But he just did. I don't know. There's not like that zip to his fastball. So I'm a little worried that this is the new Bradish. Once again, it's a week and a half. It's a week and a
Yep.
half.
It's a week and a half.
Okay, but
All
yeah,
right.
that's my bad.
All right. My bad is that Zach Eflin is hurt already.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He was looking pretty decent.
He struck out like a billion
He struck
guys.
out 7 guys. He walked 2. I think he gave up a homer. But yeah, that happens in baseball. You're playing professionals. But there we go. That right arm elbow discomfort or whatever it is just that sense. Just
Cut it off.
cut it
Go
off.
lefty.
That's the way it is. So that's bad. You mentioned Bradish. I still believe in him. I think there might be a little bit of hesitation with his elbow. Maybe it's mental. But we have enough history with Kyle Bradish to know that this isn't who he really is. That there's still something there. He can. I believe in him. I believe in Daddy Bratty. I hesitate to say that Helsley is bad because he really just had one bad pitch. The problem is they haven't been really able to use him the way he's supposed to be because they're losing
Everything.
He does have quite the whip, though. How is this possible? His whip is 2.143. Look at his stats here. He's given up 4 hits. 2.1 innings. Oh, there you go. That's how you do it. 4 hits and a walk.
Nailed it.
There you go. And an intentional walk, which shouldn't really count against him. Yeah, he throws it 1,000,000 miles an hour.
He does.
So I still believe in him. The other bad is that it kind of ties into Eflin getting hurt, but Cade Povich is already up. This is too early for Cade Povich to be back on the roster, especially if it's for an injury reason.
And he did not look good. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. He's not look good yesterday.
Pete Alonso, I want to throw in the bad, but again, I believe in him. There's enough history to say that guy's going to turn it around. I think he might be pressing a bit because it's a new team. He signed a big contract. He's got to impress. And, these power hitters go in slumps sometimes. So I think that's where my bad is. All right. Ugly. Go.
My God. Well, here comes the rest of the podcast. The defense is horrendous.
Trash.
It is so bad. I mean, Taylor Ward looks like he's never seen a ball hit a wall in his life. Tyler O'Neill, pick a stat. Defense, offense, his hairstyle, it's just everything about it's ugly. Pasalo's, I mean, he's young. He's not batting well, but, you'll figure out. No, the ugly, there's only one ugly. And I don't care what the war says. I don't care what anything says. Colt Cowser is the worst baseball player on this team. and he sucks. If you're a starting pitcher and you throw him anything but a changeup, you're an idiot.
He can't hit it. He literally can't hit it. What was it? I saw the stat. It was, I'm going to make up the number. It was like 225 changeups has been thrown to Colton Cowser, and he's hit 3 of them or something like that.
Yeah. Oh God, I think I sent you the screenshot during the game. There were 3 balls in the dirt, and he swung it all 3 in the dirt. It's just like, God damn, man. You are so, like, what are you doing?
Right. Adam Jones swung at balls in the dirt all the time, but he was a Gold Glove defender, and sometimes he hit the ball. A decent amount of times he hit the ball. Colton Cowser never hits the ball, and he sucks at defense, and he swings at things in the dirt. And I will still never give up. Never give up. Never forget him swinging at a pitch that hit him in the hand and breaking his hand with the bases loaded in the playoffs.
I think it was a 3-2 count. Yep.
On a 3-2 count, and it wasn't even a breaking ball. It was just a fastball that the guy lost. Like he was dead set on hitting a grand slam no matter where that ball was. Okay. Yes, Colton Cowser. Ugly.
And it's just God, it makes me so mad that he's our only center fielder. Well, he's not our only center fielder, but it's not many better options besides Taveras.
Yeah, and I think Taveras is going to come back down to earth pretty soon.
I think he showed it pretty well yesterday.
Yep. Any more of the ugly?
I'm gonna let you go off on the other,
because I have a few things. Samuel Basayo. He is now on my shit list. The guy can't hit. He hit 1 tank in the Twins series. Or no, it was the Rangers, against the Rangers. He hit an absolute piss missile.
Yeah.
Has done fuck all since. And I am tired of him throwing the ball back to the pitcher like a lollygagger, because a team that has a base stealer is going to watch him and just steal the bases as he does this little wrist flick back to the pitcher. How nobody has just continually ran on him when he does that is mind-boggling. Okay, so that's the ugly. Kobe Mayo, trash. He made 2 good plays on opening day. Turned 2 double plays. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Blaze could have made those plays.
Damn
Jackson
right.
Holiday could have been over there and made those plays. Gunnar could have made those plays. Okay, he turned over. He didn't commit errors, and he made a good throw to second base. Congratulations. You threw the ball 70 feet. I don't care. The dude cannot hit a baseball. He can't hit a baseball unless he's in AAA. He's one of those players. I don't even call him a 4A player, because you know who was a 4A player? Ryan Flaherty. And Ryan Flaherty was a better hitter than Kobe Mayo. I am tired of that guy. They should have traded him 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think you consider a 4A player if you were at least good in one of the 3 things. But like every time he's got that ball, it's like, oh boy, Kobe, what are you going to do, man? Are you going to throw it normally, or are you going to just heave it over someone's head? We'll talk about the whole prospect thing in a minute, but yeah, keep going.
All right. Tyler O'Neill, trash. I hate that guy. Okay, let me back up. Let me bring it down.
He's done nothing to you.
I don't hate him. I'm sure he's a wonderful person, but he can't hit. He can't field. He dropped a fly ball in the Twin series that my 2-year-old could have caught. It just stand under the ball and catch the ball. I get it. You had to run a long way, but you didn't really, because you were playing right field in Camden Yards, which isn't very big. Go get the freaking ball and catch the freaking ball. That's some Ryan McKenna stuff. Remember, what was it, last year or 2 years ago on opening day or whatever?
He was 23.
Yeah. Just catch the ball. Okay. He can't hit. He hit 1 home run, but he's batting 150 again. And he's supposedly healthy. We were all excited for Tyler O'Neill because he had big arms last year when
he was a righty power hitter.
Yeah, great. He can't hit. He can't hit. So my thought is, I want to give Jeremiah Jackson some time, because he had a couple games where he picked up right where he left off last year. He's hitting some singles, things to the field. He has very much slowed down. But Hopefully, when Jackson Holiday comes back, you throw Jackson Holiday at second base. You send Kobe Mayo to the bench and sit him down until he figures out how to hit a baseball.
You send him to AAA.
I don't care where he goes. Anywhere but the field. Put Blaze Alexander at third base.
Sexy ass hair.
Put Jeremiah Jackson in center field.
Sexy ass beard.
Send Colton Cowser on the next moon mission.
Damn right.
Tired of him. So get that figured out. Jeremiah Jackson will start hitting again. And then you need to take guys like Tyler O'Neill out of the lineup and stop hitting him and stop hitting Samuel Basayo. 5th and 6th. Stop it. They're hitting under 200. Put them at the bottom. Because
move Beavers up.
Move Beavers up. We love Beavers. Put him in right field.
Offense. Can't hit.
Love
or can't play defense.
Beavers. Put him in right field. Let him hit.
Bad.
Move him up in the offense or put him at 9th. Something. Get him in the mix. Move those other 2 jokers down because they can't hit. And what's happening is when Pete gets on or Gunnar gets on, which is rare, which I'll get to in a second, nobody can drive them in because they got a bunch of shitty hitters behind them.
Yep.
So you're not scoring runs. Because if you really look at the top of this team, I've got Baseball Reference open. I'm not counting Tavares, but you've got Rutschman, who's got a 964 OPS, Taylor Ward's 886, Dylan Beavers 769, Gunnar Henderson 742. Other than Tavares, those are their only players who are above average hitters right now. Pete's hanging around up there, and I think he's going to figure it out. But that's it. But they're all batting at the top of the order, which makes sense because they're your good hitters. But, oh, God, get somebody below them who can actually make contact with the ball. Ryan Mountcastle is pointless.
I for the record, he's in a really shitty position where the Orioles definitely tried to trade him. They couldn't get anything for him. And they're not going to just release him because, what happens if Pete gets hurt or, Basallo gets hurt. Though I will say I have a feeling that this week you might see a lot more Mountcastle, a little bit less Sammy, which is fine. Just, keep his... But
same thing.
Hitting... Well, baseball is an ecosystem. It's a very delicate ecosystem. So if one person isn't, or if half the team isn't hitting, then those top hitters start to press, which is probably why you're seeing Pete Alonso, strike out 1,000 times because he looks behind him and says, well, after Adley, who's there that's actually going to hit? I can tell you it's not going to be Tyler O'Neill.
Yep. That's another thing. Why wasn't Adley playing on Sunday?
Yeah,
there's no reason
thought that was weird.
That guy shouldn't be playing every day when you have a backup catcher that you just paid money for, that you are basically saying, hey, Adley, this guy's your replacement. Now Adley turned around and said, you should have given me that money. So play him.
Well, I think they've tried multiple times, and this was before last year, to get him signed, and it sounds like I don't think
Scott Boras, blah, 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 blah.
Gunnar has Scott Boras. I don't know who Adley has.
I think Adley and Holiday have Scott Boras as well.
No, Westy does.
Who is Westy?
Adley Rutschman's represented by Dan Vertlieb of Wasserman. I think he's the same one that represents all the catchers.
Got it. Okay. Holiday is Scott Boras, though. Okay. I thought all 3 of them were. Okay. I have a couple more things to say. Mark DeRosa was right. Gunnar Henderson sucks.
No. Okay.
I know he doesn't suck, but he does this every year. He just has he's a slow starter, it seems. But he's same thing as Cowser. He swings at things in the dirt. I'm not a professional baseball player. The highest level I played was rec baseball when I was 16 years old. I didn't make my high school team. I'm not sitting here saying that if I was standing in front of a 97 mile per hour fireballer that I would hit the ball, because I wouldn't. I would cower in fear thinking I'm going to get hit.
For the record, because I looked at this stat and I pulled it up again because I had it ready to go because I knew you were going to say something about Gunner. So from 2022 to 2025, he saw fastballs around 55 to 60% of the time. Breaking balls around 33%. It's tipped a little bit lower. And then off speed, usually around the 15 to 20%. This year, he's seen a fastball around 37% of the time and an off speed pitch around 38% of the time and a breaking ball still around 30%. So they're just throwing junk at him. So he needs to, make some adjustments.
Yeah, I know he hates walking. But look for your pitch. So what I was going to say was my butt was I'm sitting there watching a game, and I know exactly what these people are going to throw, like 60% of the time. I'm like, oh, they're going to throw a changeup out of the zone. Boop, there it is, swing and a miss to all of them. Jacob deGrom made the Orioles look like a college team for about 4 innings. And then I think, did O'Neill get to him? Somebody got to him. Either way, he was getting up 0-2, just fastball, swing and miss, fastball, swing and miss. I'm going to throw junk until you swing at it. And by God, they did. He had like 30 pitches through 4 innings or something because he was just 0-2 breaking ball, 0-2 slider, and they were swinging at all of it. And I'm just like, throw my hands up in the air. How have they not figured this out? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Maybe not have the same hitting coaches that you had year over year.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. The last thing I have to say on the ugly, you touched on both of them, is the defense and the bullpen. And I'm not going to dive into the same stuff you said. But if you go back and if you were to pick past Orioles teams that went to the playoffs and made a splash, and you were like, this team is good, what were the 2 things that they were good at?
2014, they had not elite pitching, consistent pitching, and an elite bullpen.
Yep. And an elite defense. The
Yeah.
2012 team had an elite defense and an elite bullpen. Pitching wasn't meh. You had Joe Saunders as your one. In 2014, you had a bunch of starting pitchers who they kind of had lightning in a bottle years. Bud Norris. I miss Miguel Gonzalez every day. I think he got a bad rap. If you go back and look at his stats.
Yeah.
He would be the number 2 on this team right now. But it was the pitching. If you got to the 6th or 7th inning with a lead, the game was over. Because even if a bullpen pitcher had a little bit of a rough outing and they're hitting the ball, Manny Machado was there to scoop up those rockets down third base. Adam Jones was going to rob a home run. Nick Markakis was going to go out and throw somebody out at home. Like, you had people that you trusted. These guys they don't know what they're doing. They can't field a ball.
This goes back to the ecosystem. The batters, it's like a high school when it comes to these types of locker rooms. The offense is talking to each other, saying like, okay, we have to score 6 runs at least a game, or we're gonna lose because goddamn Chris Bassett with his crinkly ass joints are gonna walk onto the field and walk 5,000 people.
Yeah, that guy is a bum. 6.1 innings, 10 earned runs. He's only given up 1 homer, but he's walked 6 people. He's hit 3 batters.
Which I'm fine with. Throw it inside. Beat him. Don't be scared to throw it inside. But
yeah, well, you can throw it inside if you can control the rest of it. You can't control anything.
If I was a quicker better, when Ryan O'Hearn walked up to the plate and he threw the first ball after walking the previous batter with 4 straight pitches, I moved so quickly to bet if I could get Ryan O'Hearn to hit a home run in that at bat, and I could not. The guy, The multi-factor authenticator is stupid. The fact that I can't just log in and quickly freaking just do the whole I would have made so much money. I was ready to throw $100 home run that would have paid for a beer. I don't know what the line would have been, but goddamn, just throwing a fastball right down the middle. Stupid
Yep.
piece of shit.
And what's annoying is when they throw fastballs down the middle to the Orioles, they swing and they miss.
No,
Like, where's
not
the
only that,
power?
not only that, half the time they stare at the ball right down the middle.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then they get into an 0-2 count, Cowser, and then you swing at a ball in the dirt, and then you walk away, you say a curse word, and it's like, oh wow, dude, you've been in the league long enough. Figure it
Yeah.
out.
I'm okay every now and then
Ugh.
when Rutschman or Ward, they're looking at a 3-2 and it hits the corner. Like, they were sitting a different pitch. Hey, it happens. It happens. But they're getting on base still. They're
Mhm,
hitting the ball. It's the
mhm.
other guys. It's Gunner watch. What are you doing? It's 3-2. They're going to challenge you because you're not hitting the ball. Like, just swing the bat.
Santander used to do the best thing that I thought the rest of the young guys would have learned. All he did is fight off pitches forever. I mean, you'd have 9 to like 15 pitch at bats, and then get a ball, by his eyes, and he hit it 1,000 feet, or he'd walk. Sometimes he'd strike out, or pop up with bases loaded in the playoffs against the Rangers, or a brand new count, and the guy just walked ahead, and I said, "Well, we're not going to go down that playoff one." But yeah, these guys just don't fight any pitches off.
Nope. No, they don't. Um, the good thing here's all right. Let's get back to the good because that it's awful. It hurts. It makes me feel like you. I think you said it a few episodes ago. What did Baltimore do? What did we do? Did we do something wrong? Because it's not just teams are bad. That happens sometimes. Teams are bad. It's sports. It's the way in which they are bad against all odds. The Ravens being bad against all odds. The Orioles. Well, some people say, well, obviously the Orioles weren't going to be any good, but they signed Pete Alonso. They've got Trevor. Like they've got the core. It's there. Again, we're only 9 games in. But what did we
9
do?
games.
What did we do wrong?
They're
Okay,
they're not competitive games. I mean, it's just
right.
it, they're
It
they're behind 8-0, 6-0, and then they have to claw back in most of these games to even make it look like it's close.
yeah. It makes me want to go back. Well, I always wondered when I would listen to 105.7 and guys like Ed and Arbutus would call in and Dave and Salisbury and all these people come in hooting and hollering. And I'm just like, God, geez, just watch sports and have fun. Like, why do you feel this way? I get it. Now I get
Yeah,
it. I'm not going to call into sports talk radio because I live in North Carolina and they're going to be like, who the hell watches the Orioles? But I get it. I'm at the point where I'm just going to be like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I'm cool with it. Doesn't affect me. But there's also the part of me that can't do that. I can't do that. I was able to do it with Maryland basketball because it was so bad that I just tuned
hmm
out.
hmm
I'm not at tune out point yet, but we're
yeah.
on the trend to
I
tune out.
just I need an outlet of a team I root for. I haven't had that in
Yeah. Well,
2 years. Well, I mean, we had Maryland basketball last year, so
so living. I'll just dox myself. I live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
yeah. We'll
The
post the address later.
the closest team is Wake Forest, and I had season tickets to Wake Forest basketball for 1 year, and it was a pretty good year until it wasn't, which is generally how Wake Forest basketball goes. They hit the meat and potatoes of their conference schedule, and they fail. I don't know how their head coach has not been fired yet, but it is what it is. Football team's
Put it in.
awful. It's just Maryland, but in North Carolina, and it's smaller and has less money, and it's private. So the only team right now that makes me happy is the Carolina Hurricanes. But the problem with the Carolina Hurricanes is they won the Stanley Cup in 2006. From 2006 until last year, they went to the conference championship 3 times or 4 times. You know how many games they won?
One.
1.
Oh,
They
nailed
won
it.
1
Look at
game
me.
in 4 conference championships. So like somehow, even though I have fun watching them and I like going to the games, somehow the Baltimore sports creeps back in. And they can't win when it matters, and it drives me crazy. This is the year, though. This is the year that the Kings are going to do it. So, looking
Well,
ahead, they're going to the White Sox this week, starting tonight. 3 games with the White Sox. The only problem is you would look at that and go, "Oh, that's just the White Sox. They suck. They just swept the Blue Jays." So, are you going to get a hot White Sox, or are they going to come back down to earth? Can the Orioles get hot? I don't know, but I think if the Orioles lose this series, there's going to be quite the different vibe within Orioles land, birdland, as they say, because after the White Sox, who is it? You got to get into the tough part of the schedule soon, right? The Giants at home, Diamondbacks. What a weird schedule. The Red Sox come to town April 24th. Red
they're
Sox
also
up right now.
horrendous.
That kind of helps. It kind of makes me feel good. They spent all that money on pitching, and they suck too. But I mean, that's just where we are. I said that my floor for this team, my expectation floor, let me make sure that is clear, was 87 wins. God, I would love 87 wins at this point because I think that makes the playoffs. But yeah.
For the record, I saw somebody tweeted out yesterday, like, I've been a Baltimore fan for 20 plus years, and I think I've enjoyed this team for about 6 months of my life. And it's very true. I mean, 2012 was fun. 2013 was okay, except, Chris Davis was fun to watch. 2014 was a blast.
Yep.
2015 was okay. We don't talk about 2016. Oh my God, 2016. Holy hell. Ah,
I still haven't
skip.
seen that ball land. Never will. I refuse.
And then 2017, there's a lot of therapy in Baltimore because it's 2017. Skip to 2022. We see hope. They got Adley. They should have drafted Bobby Witt Jr. I don't care if Adley's having a good year. Bobby Witt Jr. with Gunner on the left side would have been fun. Whatever. 2022 was fun. 2023 was fun. 2024 sucked after a
Well, it was
horrendous.
fun-ish. They won
Until
90-some
this,
games.
yeah, the second half of the year
But
was
the
horrible.
playoffs, yeah.
Adley turned into a 4-year-old,
That's true.
and then 2025 we don't talk about. But
yeah, and here we are. We're back in 2025 part 2.
I know when we talk about the
So
Masters
fun.
book, the one thing I want to say is Kobe Mayo is the perfect example of, and this is what happens when you tank so much. You're conditioned to like focus on all these young prospects, and then when one of the 20 prospects actually like shines post trade, they're like, "Oh, look how stupid." I don't even know where he started. I think the Guardians. Look how stupid the Guardians or the White Sox were trading Fernando Tatis Jr. to the Padres, but then nobody talks about all the other trades, like trading Manny Machado to the Dodgers, Dean Creamer's in the minors. That's the last guy left. Miguel Tejada trade. Luke Scott was fun. I mean, we have our own Luke Scott on our team now, and his name is Tyler O'Neill. But
Oh, don't besmirch Luke Scott's name with Tyler O'Neill. Luke Scott hit the ball sometimes.
that is true. But yeah, we got to stop focusing on all these prospects. There are some surefire prospects that should be untouchable. But when you look at it like, oh, Kobe Mayo's has got a special bat. No, if you looked at his swing, they should have traded him 2 years ago because that swing is
It's
ugly as
horrible.
crap.
Yeah, and they
It,
were talking about in the Twin series how quick his hands were. Okay. You could have the quickest hands in the West and still miss. As he was
yeah,
fighting, he
like
was fighting off pitches and look how quick his hands are. Okay.
yeah,
Then what
just
happened?
right. So yeah, we need to stop caring as much about prospects.
No, you're right.
Okay.
And you're right. I will counter with Adley was a 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
Holiday's a 1.1. They're in the majors. I don't think this guy, the Pirates, just caught up. He wasn't 1.1. He was just their top prospect and is the top prospect in baseball.
Yeah.
Here's what do you remember where we were when Jackson Holliday made his MLB debut? We were
Naked
at
on
our
the couch.
friend's rehearsal dinner.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
we had it at the table and we were
Oh, yeah.
watching, and it was
Yeah.
just strikeout, pop out,
Strikeout. Yep.
whatever. All I want is for the Orioles to call up somebody or trade for a prospect and for them to come in and just fucking rake. And that's what happened with this Connor Griffin guy or whatever his name is. He comes up in his first at bat and he rips a double in the center field, and Pittsburgh is going absolutely bananas. Why can't we have that? Why can't we have that?
Yeah. We don't have that energy. We're like, yeah, because when Fernando Tatis got called up after they signed Manny Machado, you could tell there's an energy in the crowd. Like, okay, this team wants to win now. I mean, look, Heston Kjerstad, where the hell did that dude go? Kobe Mayo, another top prospect. He stinks. Colton Cowser sucks. Uh, I'm looking at the 2024 top prospects: Jackson Holiday, Basallo, Cowser, Mayo, Kjerstad, Bradfield. I don't know if Bradfield will ever even make the
I
majors
don't
because
know.
the
I
dude
don't
can't
really
stay
have
healthy.
confidence. I'm hopeful, but
Yeah.
Um,
He's got a noodle of an arm. But either way, just like we don't have anyone.
Yeah, the last guy who came up and raked was Manny. And I don't think he raked all year, but he came up. I think it was the second game. He hit 2 just dingers to left field, and I was sitting in Hunt Valley Country Club eating dinner with my future in-laws, and I'm in a country club, and I stand up when he hits his second thing. And they're looking at me like, "Are you insane? You're going to get us kicked out." But I didn't care because Manny Machado just came up and hit 2 bombs in like his second game, and then he was a stud on defense.
Yep. Best third baseman I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, I still believe in Jackson Holiday, but this is the year. I think
this
we
is
said
the year.
that. I need to see it. I'm tired of waiting. I need to see it. One more thing about baseball. ABS is electric. It is electric. When Helsley, I think it was opening day, when Helsley challenged the pitch that was on the outside corner, and the Twins manager ended up getting ejected. When they showed the pitch hitting the zone on the board, the crowd pop was awesome. It was awesome, and I'm seeing it everywhere. The crowd pop for either an correct or incorrect, whatever it is. If it goes in favor of the home team, the crowd pop is awesome. It is electric, and I think the Orioles have the best record on ABS so far. I think actually yesterday might have screwed that up, but it's awesome, and it should never go away. And it's exposing CB Buckner, which always makes me happy. I don't know if it's exposing Laz Diaz, but I think it did. He was the ump opening day, and he had one a few inches below the zone that he was wrong on. But keep that going, because that's awesome. That's also how all replays should work. Just be instant. Let the robots do it. Okay. Whew. It's early, Josh. It's early in the season.
We're early in the season.
All right. Last few minutes. It's Masters Week. Tiger Woods will not be playing because he had a little transgression the other day.
You said transgression or with a
no. He tried to use the president to get out of it, although, did you see the body cam footage?
Oh my God, the memes are everywhere.
Yeah, but I don't think he failed the field test, but they said he had glossy eyes or whatever. So whatever. Okay. Maybe he wants some clout, or it's because he caused an accident and flipped his car. That could be the other reason you do it.
Somehow his car was intact, which means he probably has bulletproof glass because he imagined this was going to happen one day.
Yeah. But I mean, the time of Tiger is over. I know when Phil won the major a few years ago, he won the PGA Championship, which is a fake major, by the way. They need to go back to match play. when he won when he was 50. It's like, oh, Tiger can win when he's 50. No, he can't. Too injured, back too bad, too
Not
many
enough
drugs.
drugs.
He can't walk Augusta. He can't walk. It's too hilly.
Yeah,
Can't
you've
do it.
seen like animals and fairies flying through the sky. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Little
He's high as
Christina
shit.
Aguilera monsters. Oh my God.
All right. So give me your favorite to win,
Oh.
like middle of the ground. Like, okay, if he has a good
Mhm.
day one and
Mhm.
Saturday, and then like long shot, okay, he could do it.
All
If you
right.
say Tony Finau, I will hang
No.
up on you right
No. I
now.
mean, Tony
Fuck that
Finau
guy.
is destined
I'd
for the
love
rest
to
of
save
time
his
to finish
goddamn life.
between 5th and 10th in the Masters. That's just the
Yep.
way it goes. I think that you can't go against Scotty and Rory. You got to take the defending champion. Rory's been playing decent. Scotty has not been playing so great, but that's by
Mhm.
Scotty standards. He's Scotty Scheffler. He'll figure it out. So I think those are your favorites. I wouldn't call this guy middle of the road. He's been up in a lot of leaderboards. Hasn't really won lately. He collapsed at what other tournament that was recently? Ludvig Auberg from Sweden. I
Is
like
it the one
him.
that takes forever to putt or just
No,
golf?
Ludvig Auberg is the one who doesn't take forever. He goes up to the ball and he hits it. Watch.
Love that.
There's no practice swings. He'll stand behind the ball, he'll line it up, and he'll hit it. You're thinking of Patrick Cantlay and Brian Harmon and all those
Yeah.
other weirdos who
Can't
take
land.
forever
That's
to hit
something
the
about.
ball.
Yep.
And then I think here's another. This one's more middle of the road. Who could win? Akshay Bhatia. I like him. He's got a stupid putter. He does the long putter. Those are for old men, guys. That's old men things. That's not for you. Just putt like a human being. And then I think my long shot is probably a live guy. Like, you know what? No, I'm not even going to do long shot because I could just look like a complete idiot. I think Sunjay Im, not a long
Look at
shot,
you.
but I think he can do it.
I think this is DeChambeau's year.
I'm glad
We've
you
come a
said that.
long way.
Keep going. I'm glad you said that.
I hated DeChambeau for so long. I mean, the dude is like, oh, I'm gonna gain 40 pounds of muscle, I'm gonna hit the ball 1 billion yards and blah blah blah. But like all of a sudden, like I don't know what happened back in like 2021, maybe he didn't get caught in storming the Capitol or something, but he's really turned a corner. I think he's done the opposite of what live guys have gone through, where like it seems like every live guy hates golf once they join it, but he's kind of flipped it. So I can't wait for him to get back into the PGA. He seems like he's hitting the ball well.
Yeah. Brooks Koepka hated golf so much in live that he came back to play golf over here.
And he
He said,
sucks.
yeah, well, I'm going to get into that. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Lowry, I'm putting money on him because it seems like every year he kind of just hovers a little bit. And if he puts a couple things together, I think he's hitting the ball well. I think he won a tournament a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. So I want to like him because it seems like everybody in the PGA loves him, and he's just kind of put everything together. And then my long shot, I think it's gonna be fun. I really want it to happen just because I want to see the reaction. I want Dustin Johnson to win again.
You know what? I thought about him, but I think he is definitely one of those guys who just does not care about golf these
He
days.
hates, yeah. Liv
Yeah.
ruined it, and I think it'd be hilarious if just because I think he would have the same reaction, like, "Oh god damn it, I got to play again on Sunday. Ah, shit, I'm playing well.
Yep.
I guess look to keep going." Okay, but yeah, those are my three. I think you know,
Here's
fuck,
I,
God damn. Okay, all right,
I
go
saw
ahead.
something about Bryson the other day that was interesting because there's certain stats out there that can say, okay, this person's going to play well in this tournament because they're on a roll, they're doing whatever. I saw something like the average PGA Tour player hits green in regulation 72% of the time. And in live so far this year, Bryson is hitting greens in regulation 77% of the time.
Ooh.
Oh, that's great. Does
Uh-huh.
Bryson DeChambeau lead live golf in greens in regulation? No, he doesn't. How insane is that? John
What?
Rahm is hitting 82% of greens.
Oh my God, I forgot
in
about
Live.
him. That's another guy who hates
Live
golf.
is too easy.
Oh,
It's too easy. And obviously, you still have to hit the ball and you still have to hit the greens. I could play on a live course. I'm not hitting 72% of greens because I've never hit that many greens. Actually, let me back up. One time I played 9 holes, I hit 9 greens and I shot a 33. I will never do that again. But that was one time. And that was not from 7,500 yards. That was probably from whatever. Anyway, so there's a little bit of fool's gold there in that stat. So people are basically saying it looks like he's playing well, but he's not really playing that well from Bryson standards, at least.
yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think he gets in his own head. I think when he won the U.S. Open at Winged Foot was when he was at his beefiest, and he succeeded because he hit it out of that ridiculous rough. And then at Pinehurst, his putter was on fire, and he had one of the greatest golf shots I've ever seen in my life out of that bunker from 50 yards to put it to like a foot, and then Rory missed a 2-footer. Like, I'm not calling that luck because he still hit the shot, but right? I think he gets in his own head in majors sometimes because he tries to
Oh, yeah.
overpower Augusta.
Yeah.
And sometimes
And
it
you can't
doesn't
do
work.
that. You got to be methodical
Yep.
and.
So I'm going to run down a couple names that popped out to me as I went through the entry list again. I mean, Cantlay, maybe. I just don't like him. Some other ones out here. Tommy Fleetwood. Keep him in the back of your mind. He's the tour champion, you know. You go down. Let's see. There were a couple more here. I don't believe in Victor Hovland and Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth. I put them all on the same and Ricky Fowler. I put them all on the same level in
Ricky
that
Fowler
they're.
didn't.
I know he
He
didn't
didn't
make it. I'm
qualify.
just saying he's on that
Yeah.
level of
Yeah.
I'm tired of them. They're not that good.
Mm-hmm.
They're all better than me, but they're not that good at professionally. Yeah, Justin Thomas
No,
will win
they're
every now and then,
yeah.
but they just can't do it. I said
Mm-hmm.
Sungjae Im. There were a couple other guys here. You would say, okay, well, Koepka could. No, I don't
He
agree.
hates golf right
Robert
now.
McIntyre, like him. I like him. Hideki, you got to keep there. He's a former Master champion. I think he won earlier this year, or did he blow it? Might be both.
I mean, yeah.
Morikawa, he's kind of
He's getting the same level of like Spieth and all them.
Yep, was just about to say that. John Rahm, he said we forgot about, former Master champion. He could still do it. Patrick Reed can kick rocks, although he kind of. Well, I'm done with live. I'll come back. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, I'm going to go down. Xander Schauffele, also on my list. He's won more recently. He's won majors more recently than those other guys, but he's approaching that area. Also, pay attention to his shoes. The last year or so, he has worn these black Adidas shoes with white stripes. I don't like them, and I don't like watching him golf because of his shoes, and thusly, his shoes make me watch his hands. He taps his thumb too much. I don't like it. Therefore,
I'm looking at the shoes now. It looks like every 85-year-old.
Right. They look too big, and then just watch at his setup, at his address. His waggle is his thumb, and it drives me crazy. Cam Young, I like.
Yeah,
He just won recently. And then the other name that we just skipped past, who I said I was going to come back to. Okay, you ready for it? You ready?
Morikawa.
Justin Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He can do it because he knows the course.
Yeah, he's another guy who kind of just pops up, but it's always Saturday where he just collapses. And if he can get through Saturday, I think he's got a chance.
I think he can do it. So I know we just named like a third of the field thinking, any of these guys could win.
But there's a chance.
Who cares? But just bet money on, just go back when this posts, go back and just put money on all of them.
Yep.
And you
give us
might
a
be
cut.
right.
Yep.
And then what'll happen is this weirdo named Matt McCarty will win or something. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know. Let's see how he qualified. 26. Hold on. Let's look up the qualifying. Hold on. How do we find this? Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Ask AI.
Qualifying reasons Masters. Here we go. Masters tournament qualifications. 26. So this is this Matt McCarty guy. The 50 leaders on the final official world golf ranking published during the week prior to the Masters tournament. So Matt McCarty cracked the top 50. That's why he's in the Masters.
Is Angel Cabrera, is he the one that beat his wife?
Yes. And
I
he gets a
think he's playing.
lifetime invitation.
Oh my God, I hope he's playing.
And he's on the list. He's
Oh my
on the list.
God.
He won't make the weekend, probably. Yeah. I don't think they uninvite you because of history.
Beating the shit out of your
But
wife.
there he is, Angel Cabrera from Argentina, right there.
Oh my
Invitee
God.
list. Let's see. Let's do one quick thing. How many ways did Scotty Scheffler qualify for the Masters? He qualified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different ways. He qualified for the Masters. But now he only needs one because he won it twice.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
The one guy that I don't know, I'm like 50-50 on is JJ Spawn. He was so fun to watch last year, but like, I don't know, was it the Olympics? No, it was
He won the
the
US
Ryder
Open.
Cup. Where he's like, dude, you are not a good golfer.
Yeah, well, that's courses like Oakmont are so hard every now and then. You know, some guy just comes in and does it. Now, he was playing decent last year, but then there was also the elements. It rained. It was real soggy. What was it? Who was the guy? Somebody got screwed because they said his ball wasn't in standing water when it absolutely very clearly was. I don't remember who that was. But
yeah.
thus, JJ Spawn wins a major. But there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for Masters Week. I'm not excited for the
too.
Orioles. I'm excited for the Carolina Hurricanes, and I'm not excited
There's
for
still
the
hope.
Orioles. There's
Okay,
still
there's
hope.
still hope. We're
When
only
is
a week
Jackson
and a half
Holiday
in.
back?
I bet he'll come back the next. When do they play it out?
I only have one question. Has he hit the ball in AAA
Yeah,
yet?
he's hitting really well in AAA.
Because he started not so great. Let's see.
Dean is not. Dean's not pitching well.
Well, Dean, just get health. You know, he's not hurt, but just stay fresh. Stay fresh.
My
You can't
guess
be
is
any worse than Chris Bassett.
Yeah, I bet Jackson comes back Friday when they're at home against the Giants.
That would make sense. Yeah. All right. Minor league stats. Norfolk this year, he is batting .217.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
No home runs.
when I looked on Friday, it looked pretty good. So, okay, that's great. So they might.
But you know what? He finished last year 242. Get me to 250. Get those walks up. Hit me some doubles. I'm good.
Yeah, just good. Walk and get on base. Yep.
Get Taylor Ward lower in the lineup. Hopefully he doesn't press. Okay. Well, that's it.
Right.
The national championship is going to start in a couple minutes. So we're going to go do that.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. We'll see how good
Wolverines.
Yeah. Okay. Remember, don't leave. Okay. Don't say that. No, we do not. No, there is no Go Wolverines on this podcast. We're going to stop there. We don't say Go UConn either. Just the game's going to get. Okay. Yeah. See you. Bye.
Everybody's fun. Okay. Bye. Everybody.